Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another process video using my Kit Club Overload August Stash Kit. And if you want to see what all was in that stash kit, make sure you hop over to the video where I show everything I pulled. It is using products from a past Felicity Jane kits that I used to subscribe to. So that's what all of the products on this layout will be from. I think I only pull in some ink and some sequins from my stash for this layout, and everything else came from products from past kits. So here the first thing I'm doing is I am just going to go ahead and take my two photos and I'm going to mat them with some of the pattern papers that I have in the kit. And just so you know, I do try to put all of my process videos that go with a specific stash kit in a playlist. So if you ever want to go back and see everything that I made with a particular stash kit, I try to link them up in the same playlist so that you can actually see everything that I made or created that specific month. So here you see I'm just finishing up the matting for these photos, and I love these photos. They're of my daughter at Disney. We are on the raceway or the go-kart ride at Disney, and this is the first time that she ever actually drove the race car around, and so the look on her face, you'll see it in the still photos a little bit better, but she is having the time of her life. She's loving it. So I love these photos. And so next here you see I am just laying out how I want this layout to come together. So I already had in my head what I wanted the design of this page to look like. I knew I wanted to sort of have not a horizontal, but a diagonal design, but still three clusters. And I knew I wanted to have a shaker element and circles. And so I lay everything out like you see here, and then I made a couple little marks with a pencil, and you'll see here in a second what I'm going to do with that. So the next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to take these off and take my Martha Stewart circle cutter, and I'm going to go ahead and cut, I think it's about a 1 1/4 size circle with my cutter. And it gives me a little trouble at first, but it actually works really well. But it was I will say it was kind of nerve-wracking to cut into a piece of paper that I didn't have a second sheet of. So, but everything worked out, and I was able to get everything cut. So the next thing I did is I just took another piece of that pattern paper from that stash kit, and this is what I will use to put behind each of those cutout circles. And I'm going to do one of them on camera, and then I will finish the other three off camera. But basically what I'm going to do here is take and create 4 shaker pockets for some sequins that will go in each one of those circles. So I'm taking some acetate and just getting that cut down to use as the top layer of my shaker pockets. And the first thing I do is take some red line tape, and I'm just going to put it around the circles and get that all ready to go and stick down my acetate sheet so it makes the front cover of my shaker pocket. And the next thing that I'm going to do here in a second is I'm going to grab my foam tape, which I have some foam tape that's kind of just long sheets. And so I'm just taking that and I'm just going to cut it down, and then I'm just going to kind of shape it and manipulate it to go all the way around the outside of that circle, so that will be the sort of barrier for my sequins so that they stay in place and inside the circles where I want them to go. And then once I do that, I'm going to pull a couple of different sets of sequins from my stash. I have one that is from Honeybee Designs, and it has some green sequins in it, but it mostly has like peach and sort of a coppery color. I'm going to use the peach color in the circle and keep out the green, and then I do add some gold, and then I also grab some pink, some little pink sequins from my stash as well. So I have 3 different colors basically in each of the circles. So once I get that down, I'm just going to take off the foam tape and put down a piece of pattern paper from the kit that you saw me stamp, or not stamp, but punch earlier. And I realized at first I had the wrong size circle, so I had to go ahead and cut those out again. But that is what is going to back each one of those little circle shakers. And there I'm going to flip the paper over and just show you what that looks like. And I do really love how that turns out. It's a fun element. It's interactive. It really adds a nice playfulness to this page. And so I went ahead and did the other ones off camera, so you didn't have to watch that. The next thing that I ended up doing was grabbing some of the stamps. Felicity Jane kits always came with a set of stamps, and so I grabbed some of my past stamp sets, and I'm going to stamp, I think one says heart this photo on the little frame, and then on the other circular tag I'm going to stamp another sentiment that says what matters most. And I'm just using some black archival ink to do the stamping on those. And once I do that, I am going to bring back the layout, and I'm going to go ahead and start laying everything out. So while you sort of watch me kind of put the page back together with how everything is going to lay out, I did want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. And thank you for subscribing, and I just wanted to say I hope you're enjoying the videos and that I love reading all of your comments, and that I think at the time that I'm making this video I am about 40 subscribers away, I think, from 500, so very exciting. I at 500 plan to do a giveaway, and so in the next coming weeks, or however long it takes, hopefully not too much longer to get there, I will put up a video with how to enter and what that giveaway is going to be for 500 subscribers, so be on the lookout for that. And so back to the layout, I am just placing everything back down like you saw at the beginning of the video, and I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down off camera. So I'm just kind of fiddling around with sort of where I want all the bits and pieces to go. And there I have glued everything down, and while I was gluing everything down, I did go ahead and grab some thickers from my stash, and I did put the title, which is called Joyride. And it's funny because these photos of my daughter keep the song from Roxette, I think it was, called Joyride, kept playing in my head, so hence the title for this layout. And the last thing that I add to this layout was some gold Heidi Swap Color Shine, because when I kept looking at the page, to me it just looked like it was missing something. And so I did go ahead and add that, just some sprinkles on the layout with that gold Heidi Swap Color Shine, and I think it finishes it off pretty well. My journaling for this one is in that bag behind the photo. And with that, these are the still photos, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.